Welcome to Ibis Weather. This is Sarah. This is the update for August 22nd, 2025. And we are officially saying goodbye to Hurricane Erin on this update, as well talking about the two invest that we have been following as well and what we can maybe expect for them going forward. So let's go ahead and get started with Erin. So she has officially made her transition to being a post-tropical cyclone, meaning she no longer has tropical characteristics. And even though she still has her high wind speed and still a large storm, she enters too cold of waters and can't maintain uh, the level of intensity that a tropical system was. So she is now post-tropical cyclone. So this is the last update at 5 p.m. that the National Hurricane Center is issuing for her. So we can all say goodbye to her, take a breath of relief for everyone, even those who were impacted by her. No one got in full wrath of what she could have brought. So that is good news. Still, hurricane for the record. Hopefully this weekend I'll be able to kind of do an overview video, went over her history a little bit, and just showing some of the photos and things along that just to have a historical record. And then next year, when they release the final report regarding her, we'll do a video going over that as well. Since I think for the historical purposes, it's always fun and interesting to see. So let's go ahead and see what she currently looks like on satellite. She is definitely a mess. So she's over there by the New England and Atlantic, Canada. She really has nothing to her southern side, starting from the southwest across to her southeast. She's definitely a sheared mess, and is just still a bundle of wind and rain. But again, she's not a tropical cyclone anymore or hurricane. She's officially post-tropical. She started that transition earlier today. If you saw my post earlier, regarding about that. I do want to show again her surface wind field. I do think this is interesting to see. Plus, it kind of shows you what her official track was. So, as they expected, she had definitely grown in size. I believe they say she's on par, pretty close to what Hurricane Sandy was by the time she was up there with terms of her sheer size of a system. So these types of hurricanes are certainly interesting. Not your typical ones for sure. Definitely one for the history books. As you can see, her hurricane force wind field grew significantly, as did her tropical storm force. Of course, for most of the U.S. and Atlantic Canada, possibly Bermuda and Bahamas will still have choppy waters throughout the weekend and possible rip currents. Even though she is technically dying off, she's not really, she's so big, she's not really losing everything that she brings forth as a tropical system. She just doesn't have the circulation and some of the other structure that we associate with a tropical system. So he's still a formidable beast. Again, she should stay well off any land, so that's a good thing. But definitely her wrath can still be felt for miles onward. And again, talking a little bit about the wind field, this is again her last public advisory. Right now, no coastal watches or warnings are in effect. I did want to mention talking about her current maximum sustained winds is 90 miles per hour, so she is still Cat 1. Well, was Cat 1 when she's tropical, so she's still hurricane force level winds at the moment. Her hurricane force winds have grown out to be 125 miles away from the center. Tropical storm force winds extend outward to 435. So, again, about doubled from what they were a few days ago. So, truly astonishing and amazing system that she has become. Um, you know, definitely one for the record book. And I think everyone can just kind of feel better knowing that no one actually had to experience having that level of devastation that she could have produced if she actually did landfall anywhere. So good news on that. So no more updates for Erin going forward. We'll probably stop doing the daily updates in the long format until we have the next named system. Of course, with other videos coming out about different topics that I have ideas. So if you do have any that you want to see and hear about, maybe learn a little bit more about science or history, or you just enjoy hearing about them, please let me know in the comments below. Again, subscribe to this channel and share. I would love to have you guys continue to watch for other updates as we continue to trek throughout the rest of the season, and then also during non-hurricane season we will still have different stuff to talk about. Hurricanes, of course, I would love to talk about other non-tropical weather phenomena as well. So please feel free to subscribe and share. So let's go ahead and talk about 99L. So if you remember, again, we'll go back over here. 99L is the orange blob over here. She it currently has 30% for 40 hours and 40% 7 days. So if you remember the past few days, they kept saying that it's going to enter less favorable waters. And I will say the satellite presentation does kind of show that it has started to do that. But they're saying that there's still a chance that short-lived tropical depression could form in the next day or two, um, but could reach a slightly more favorable environment later this week and early next week as it gets closer to the Windward Islands. So, Windward Islands, you probably do want to pay attention to this just in case. Even if it's not a tropical depression, you still can expect probably tropical rains and some gusty winds. So you may want to follow this one a little bit more closely. Where is? Let me pull that. Okay, here we go. So this is what Invest 99L looks like. If you've looked at some of the past videos or some of the screenshots I have shared previously, it was definitely a more organized and looked like it was forming something. It's right now kind of a blobby mess. However, we are still seeing convection firing up in the storm. So we'll have to wait and see what it does. It's possible it might fizzle out, and as it drifts more closer to Central America and of course the Caribbean, it might be able to have that juice of the atmosphere, the humidity, and it might be able, and the moisture might be able to regenerate into something new. So possibly it could become 92L, Invest 92L. If that happens, it's not unusual, not impossible. We've definitely seen that before, past tropical waves. So we'll just kind of have to continue to monitor it. This one is still trying, even though it's right now looking not the best as it could. Um, Unfortunately for itself, but good for everyone else. Definitely good for everyone else. A little bit about the models for 99L. Again, kind of the same as what they've been for the past few days. Definitely a lowrider, getting closer to South America, not really turning up north. We do see some of it kind of taking it more, trying to turn it more into the Caribbean. So we're talking about south of Puerto Rico and Hispaniola Island, or obviously that would be Dominican Republic and Haiti. So we'll have to wait and see. This is for the GFS. Again, they haven't had the greatest track record with this, so this might not happen. Let's go see what the Euro model is showing next. The Euro models are definitely breeding a little bit more further west, as you can see. Again, very, very close to South America and Central America. So very much a low rider, but not seeing anything turning up into the Caribbean at the moment. Of course, still on the very southern portion, again, closer to the Yucatan. So we'll wait and see what happens with this for sure. But it could, I think, if you remember the past 2 days, we've shown what they're thinking about for the risk of tropical development. About 2 weeks from now, they are thinking that we might see something trying to form over there closer to the Yucatan. Could this have a second chance at life with that? It's possible. We'll have to wait and see what this one brings, but it can't be completely ruled out. Um, Okay, let's talk about 90L, Invest 90L. So that's the one in the middle. Again, show you where that is on the map for reference. So this is the one we're talking about. This one currently has 80% 40 hours and 90% in 7 days to become something tropical. Um, it's 250 miles northeast of the northern Leeward Islands. And of course, interest in Bermuda should take notice of this. So if you guys are in Bermuda, definitely want to follow this one closely. Was what we believe will be the next named storm, which we'll have to go ahead and see how you pronounce it. So let me go ahead and look up. I can't remember. I looked it up earlier. So according to Google, the English pronunciation will be Fernand. So it would be Fernand. Um, so we don't start it with fur. So it's Fernand. So this is what probably will end up becoming Fernand. You can see the satellite presentation. Again, definitely seeing more drifting more northward. There's a little bit of convection firing off. It's interesting. You can kind of see it looks like there's two areas, one going south and one going north. Don't think it has a super great circulation as we saw yesterday yet, which is why they haven't officially named it yet. We'll see as it heads north if it can pull itself together and become more than just a tropical depression. If it's a tropical depression, it will not be Fernand, Fernand? Hold on. Fernand, yes. Fernand, apologies. Fernand. It would not be Fernand if it is a tropical depression, but if it gets upgraded to a tropical storm, either after being a tropical depression or just go straight into being a tropical storm, it will be Fernand. That is the next name on the list after Erin. So we could be looking at the beginnings of Fernand. Again, right now, it looks like the only place that should be a little bit concerned of interest with this would be obviously Bermuda, who just recently had an experience with being brushed by Erin. So that's definitely the last thing you guys need right now. Is to either have one again come over you guys or brush up against you. Since you guys are on islands literally in the middle of the ocean, I you know can't say the chances of what an fall would be, I landfall over you guys, but definitely impacts could be possible. Let's go ahead and look and see what the models bring. So for the GFS, we can see that it definitely is showing, again, kind of a wide swath of it. Some taking a little bit more far west, a lot of them more central and to the east. Of course, Bermuda is in there as well. So, again, please, if you're in Bermuda, take heed and notice of this and plan, prepare, see what Fernand might end up being. And then this is again, that was GFS, so this is a euro. So a little bit more in, greens. It looks like you guys would be passed to the east in Bermuda, so it'd be east of you guys. Again, don't know how big of a circulation will be or what the chance of your impact or how many, miles the eye might be offshore from you guys, but it's worth following and checking out for sure. Again, you guys shouldn't have to go through this again. Don't need us. You certainly don't need worse than what you guys got with Erin over there. But it is a possibility you might be looking at the next hurricane tropical system. So that is where we are today. So again, probably no update video until we get Fernand or any other named system coming up. I'll probably do little shorts with a little bit of the updates about where we are with the tropics. I am working on a few other video ideas right now to publish. So please let me know if you guys do have any ideas of what you'd like to see. Please feel free to put in the comments below. Um, Subscribe and share. I would love to have you guys here as we continue to track this current hurricane season and take a look at past ones, past storms, and just topics of weather in general. And I will talk to you guys again very soon, I am sure. So thank you guys for watching.